Make sure my mic is set up correctly. And then, all right. So, how did your team start?
Oh, well, Supernova started back in 2016. It was just an idea of probably like the best players on that game, just like improving together.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up making a team on Need for Speed 2015, and we just got a lot of friends in to join us, managed to get a lot of, records and world records and multiple Need for Speed games that came before and after 2015. And yeah, currently I'm the leader of in command. Even though I was one of the founders, I never actually took the lead
Mm.
from for Supernova, but currently I am since everybody is busy. And yeah, that's. I mean, it's normal, people get busy in
Mm-hmm.
life, and
Right.
yeah, I just have to do what I have to do to keep Supernova running.
For sure. And then, why was the league created? Like, or I should say,
Oh,
taken over, I guess, or not taken over, but you know what I mean.
yeah. So the league creation, first of all, like the whole story behind it. The leader of Torque came to me about helping him to make the league. So we did it. Like I helped him do the rules and stuff and everything because we wanted to have something except what the game is offering. We wanted to be more competitive, except the summits, except the leaderboards, something that will allow people to actually meet players who are at their level or better. And due to the drama that happened, we like went our separate ways.
Yeah.
And now Cute Snack and I are taking over the league, in charge of it. So it's basically just something for people to race among few of the best players in the game, and just have fun, just to see where you stand against like probably the most talented players on this game.
And
So
then,
overall, it's just something for fun.
yeah. And then, how did you feel about season one of the league?
Season one was pretty nice, despite the bumpy start and despite some issues we had. Um, it could have been better, but we learned from our mistakes, and we're gonna make season two feel more engaging. It's gonna be open for many people to join. A lot of people will not feel left out because we're gonna have a new system in the league this season. And yeah, hopefully everybody gonna enjoy it more. And we are looking forward to improve it further based on like the feedback that people give us.
And so, as a leader of SN, how do you feel going into season two stacked up against other teams?
Well, Asan is in a better shape than it ever was before, so we are pretty confident. I'm not gonna be like cocky and have an ego, but we do have some like really, really amazing players now, and we
Mm-hmm.
will have more amazing players joining us in the future. So I'm pretty confident. Maybe like we will either win or be in a podium place.
Nice. And then, what improvements have you guys made in preparation for season two?
Well, we start as learning how to slip better, like doing more GRs, learning tracks, learning shortcuts and stuff. And obviously, because we have some new players who are really talented joining us, we managed to improve every pro setting we have on every car. So
Do that.
hopefully that's going to give us like an edge over the other teams. But again, we there's a lot of like other factors that go into play, so we're just looking to do our best.
Real. And then, which teams are you most excited and or scared of facing?
I wouldn't say like we are scared to face anybody at the moment. Like obviously you have powerhouses like HKR or like
Mm-hmm.
if hopefully they join the league soon, Horsepower. So they are like really, really, really good teams. But again, we're like looking forward to just go against every team because everybody may have that one or two like gems who people do not actually like know how fast they are or how
Mm-hmm.
good they are. So we will always just give our best against every team, and we're just looking forward to face every team in the league.
And then, what is your ultimate goal Like, what is your end goal for season two?
For season two,
Yeah.
just have fun, enjoy, show that there is still a lot to learn in the game, a lot of improvements to make. Just unite the community basically over like something that we enjoy. To show that the competitive scene isn't always toxic, isn't about egos. It's about having fun, doing the best you can, and just doing what racing is supposed to be, which is just going fast and having fun.
Hell yeah. I fuck with it. But alright, that is all of my questions that I have for you. Do you have, like, do you want to just keep talking about just random stuff about the league or, like, the changes that y'all have
Uh,
made, like the 13 teams going up against each other and the 13 weeks that'll be going on? And I want to
Well,
know
it's not
if,
13 weeks. So it depends on how many teams we're gonna have. It's gonna be a round robin. So every team gonna go and face against every other team. So based on the ending of the registration, based off how many teams we're gonna have. For example, let's say we have 13 teams now, so that's 13 weeks of battles. If we get one more team, it's still gonna be 13 weeks. When we get two more teams, it's gonna be 14 weeks of battles.
oh,
So yeah, this will allow everybody to always be engaged, always like trying to strive, trying to improve, trying to learn. Because if you notice, the previous week, due to the double elimination,
hmm,
the people who actually got out on the start really just stood there and were bored, not doing anything. And I felt bad for teams like this because while they are talented and do want to improve on themselves, they weren't given the opportunity. So now they will have the opportunity to keep going, keep striving for something better, keep learning, and hopefully that's gonna just like encourage them to be a better version of themselves, a better racers, better drivers in the game.
yeah, because the people who faced HKR first round, I felt so bad for them. I was like, oh my god, there's no way. That's really unlucky.
Yeah, a lot of people got unlucky facing like really, really powerful teams at the start. So now it's just we don't want that like demoralization to happen again. So we
Hmm.
want to give everybody like fair play chance.
Yeah. But alright, that's all the questions I have for you. So,
Big bet.
alright,
Thank you for having me.
of course. So, how did your team start?
It started between myself and XJ when we decided that we weren't necessarily fitting into other team environments. So rather than force ourselves to be somewhere where we didn't feel like like we belonged or we were comfortable, and we decided to make our own team and invite everyone into our own space.
Hmm.
I think is probably the best way I can put it.
And then, how do you feel about the league as it is currently?
So this will be my first season competing. I didn't compete in season one. As of right now, like the current status of the league, I'm quite happy with it. I mean, it has its ups and downs. Obviously, there are negative parts to everything, but I think the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to the qualities about the league. There are a lot of teams. There are a lot of good. There are a lot of really great people out there. I've met a bunch of people just like casually jumping in and out of grand race lobbies, and some of the teams out there are really amazing people. I think, yeah, overall, I think the league is in a great space right now, and I think season two is going to go off with a bang.
And as a newcomer, how do you feel about, the other teams and going up against them?
I'm quite excited. Like, I guess you can technically consider I can consider myself a newcomer because this will be my first season competing, but I won't be a newcomer like in the competitive environment essentially. But to answer the question, I'm very excited. Honestly, I can't wait to go up against some of the more stronger, more prominent teams with a lot of the other drivers out there. I think that with the team composition, because it's not just going to be myself out there. Obviously, I'm going to have my team against theirs. I think, yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I'm kind of annoyed that they delayed the registration period. I was
Me
really
too.
like looking forward to getting in there. I've been putting a lot of effort in with my guys and with my team. We're practicing. We're getting it on every day. We're working hard. I'm really excited.
And then, how did you hear about the league? Just from XJ, or were you watching streams from the league, or what?
So I've known about the league for sorry, let me start again. I've known about the league for a while, like since before it was sort of created, or the TCM version of it, because it
Mm-hmm.
had started back in the day on Need for Speed Heat. It was called known as the Need for Speed League, and then Hot Pursuit Remastered came out and made a transition over to there for a little bit. I've known about it for a while. I didn't dip my toes into the water until now, to be honest, to really get involved and be a part of something that the community themselves, like, it's not, as I'm sure as you know, it's not funded by any official organization
Yeah.
or run by anyone. This is a community-run event. So the fact that the community can, set their differences aside, whatever those may be, and come together and make something this great for all of us to be able to just compete and have fun is really something special. And I don't think you get a lot of that anywhere else in the world, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel the same way because this league is something incredible, and when I was invited, I couldn't wait to be a part of it. So, and then what improvements has your team made just from like season one? Well, I know you guys weren't in season one, but just watching, and what are some things that your team like basically improved on in preparation for season two?
So I train my team to not compete with each other. I teach them the mindset that at the end of the day, when we're going into that, we go to that starting line in the grand race lobby. We're not facing each other. We're facing everyone else. We're facing the other team. Remove the randoms from the equation. It's our team versus that team. We're not competing with each other. We're not going to fight each other on the track. That's how it's going to be. If they want the overtake, I'll give them the overtake. I teach them how to work with each other, how to pull each other along, how to slip train, manipulate, do all of that stuff. Chemistry is my number one priority in the
Yes.
team. My main team, my starting lineup, I teach those guys. They need to know each other inside and out. And I'll be honest, and I'm leaking some of my secrets here. I'm very confident in my guys and myself. I pace them with each other. They don't need to communicate anymore. They just do it. That's how in sync they are, and they're very, very, very quick about it. Like, just immediately. Like the
Nice.
pace, the chemistry, everything about it. I teach them formation and everything. We even have our own team analyst that like studies our runs and watches it back, and his input is very valuable to the team, and it pays off very well. You see almost instant results with the input that he has to say.
Nice. And
On
then
top of that, I run time attacks too with the team, weekly time attacks. So they're not just bored on their off days when there's nothing to do, and they can challenge each other for the top spot on the starting lineup for the team.
nice. I need to do that too. And
Bit of
then
friendly team rivalry going on.
which teams are you most excited and or scared of facing in the league?
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna just come out and say it. Excuse my language here. I'm absolutely shit scared to go against Supernova. Self-explanatory.
Really?
Need I
Oh,
say
yeah.
more?
Real,
It's
yeah.
Supernova. Come on, my boy K1 up in there too. I'm
Facts.
crazy scared.
And
Teams I'm
then-
most excited to go against.
Yeah.
TWC Heart. Definitely,
Mm.
there are some monster drivers in there. I'm really close with a couple of the guys over there. I know they're a scary team to go against, but I'm not really scared. I'm just more excited to go against them. RCR, I heard throwing their hat in the ring as well recently, as of last night of this
Oh.
recording. Yeah, so
I did not
I know
know
a
that.
couple guys over there too. Yeah, I'm really excited to go against them. I think HKR, honestly, mixed opinions about. I know they got some really good drivers, but a lot of them, every time I get into a lobby with a HKR guy, it's just a game season. The duels that we get are insane. Like, I don't. I think I'm really excited. I'm excited to go against all of the teams. Really, I'm not really scared of the one team, but Supernova. Like, if we match Supernova round one, it's over. Done. Finished.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm out.
loser bracket immediately.
Yeah, we're just fighting to stay in the loser
Real,
bracket at that point,
real.
and it's
then,
random.
What is your ultimate goal for season two? Like team improvements, or just getting your team out there and improving in general, or just what is it?
A mix of everything. So obviously we want improvement. We main priority is to really get the team out there. We are going for notoriety at the moment because we want to be as big as some of the other teams out there, like HKR, Supernova, etc., etc. We want to be able to, people to look at us and go, wow, like that's Oracle. Like, I want to be. We don't just want to be known because we're fast. We want to be known because not only do we have a great like team environment, but we also have the great ratio of just improvement. We don't want people to join the team just to be a part of the team. We want people to join because they want to. They know they'll get better when they run with us. And how I believe personally, how I run things over on Oracle, I can vouch that you'll get that if you were to join.
So, what is your team name and how was your team created?
Team is my team name is Team Lights Out, more known as TLO. Uh, it was created probably about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. And it started out as Team Accelerator,
Oh,
and it went from Team Accelerator to Team Acceleracer, and then we had a team vote on a name change, and they come up with TLO, Team Lights Out.
nice. I always thought that team name was dope as hell. So
Which one? The TLO.
TLO, yeah.
Yeah. At the time, we were on Payback and or Need for Speed Payback, and I had about 30, 25, 30 members, and we all come up with. I put a little thing out there saying, yeah, everybody come up with a name, and we'll vote on them, and that's the name they voted on. There's a couple other pretty cool ones, but it's a team effort.
Yeah, I got you. And then what made you guys join the league?
I initially created this team to be a competitive team, and it was just one. That's something that we've always wanted to do. I mean, season one wasn't that successful for us, but in the same sense, that was our first time ever doing something like that,
Yeah,
and it was a positive experience. And we had to do what we had to do to get grow, get faster.
yeah. And then for season two, what strategies has your team employed to, be a lot more successful than season one?
Teamwork, 100%
Mm.
teamwork. That's all we've been working on in between season one and season two.
And then, how do you feel about teams who have much more experienced players in the format from season one?
How do I feel about them?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Intimidated. Let's put it that way.
Me too. And
Yeah,
then,
I know me personally, I like to consider myself better than the average player, but you got right yourself a point in case. You're stupid fast. There's just so many other stupid fast racers.
yeah,
It's
this
very intimidating.
if this league has proven anything, it's that you're not the fastest player. Like, there's always someone faster.
Yep, it's the consistency
Mm,
is that what stands out on most players.
yeah. And then, which teams are you most excited or scared of facing?
To be honest, Supernova, we could say that
That's the same
I'm
as.
afraid to run them. Yeah, those guys, we had a battle with them because I made a mistake, and you know how the recruiting deal goes. You don't know who's
Yeah.
a part of who until you ask or you say, hey, you want to join or whatever it may be. And that was just one of those deals. It was. I told them it wasn't no poaching deal or anything because I didn't know, but they still wanted to battle over it, and they wiped the map. They killed us. Is what they did. But now EBO, I'm very excited to run EBO because I feel that with the lineup that we had last season one, I felt that we had a very good chance of beating them, and it just didn't play out that way.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to race TWC again because they wiped us out last season. So, and we're facing them week one, so I'm ready.
There you go. There you go. I don't get to see EBO until towards the end of the season, something like that. Which that's fine.
And then I'm glad they changed it from double elimination to like NFL style, to where you face every team and not like you're just watching on the sidelines and time attacks. Oh,
Dude, I absolutely love that. That's honestly what I thought they were gonna do season one, but in the same sense, I'm kind of happy they did a double elimination. That way, we gotta make improvements. You could say on season
yeah.
two, and doing it like this is a major improvement for everybody.
Oh, for sure. Because people who got knocked out first week, they were just sitting back for what 8 weeks and just watching
Yeah,
everyone else race and watching the streams and stuff. So I'm really glad they made that change because
yeah, that
Blitz
was a
said that
very
he
smart
was,
move.
trying to change it so everyone got more experience and got to race more often than what they did. So
Yeah, what's nice about that is, I mean, it helps out like you know, we don't necessarily gotta every team necessarily don't need to run their strongest players every single
yes,
week. It could be, we got the big rosters or we got rosters, it could be anybody through there. It don't gotta be your top racers every week, week in
yep.
and week out.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I
doing with
like.
my team. I'm gonna have everyone race. It doesn't matter who. It just depends on who has the time and who's available at the moment, not who's the best and who's gonna race every for 14 weeks straight. So
Yeah, that's exactly it. I could see with teams like Supernova or your team, Point in Case, Illusive Racers, Hello Kitty Racing, those kind of guys. Yeah, we would need our best kind of racers, but that's because they got a lot more experience than some of these other teams, and it just like you said, it gives everybody a fair shot to dip their toes in some competition.
yeah. And then, what is your team's ultimate goal for this season?
Honestly, I'd like to instead of finishing ninth like we did last season, I'd like to finish in the top five is my goal.
Top five. Okay. No, but
I know that's a far fetch, but you know, I believe we got the racers to be able to make some kind of impact on this.
same. I'm aiming for top three because I know SN and HK are gonna probably take the top spot, but every other team, I feel like we have a pretty good shot of being a top three team and finishing, podium. So
Absolutely, with the racers you guys got, like I've checked your guys' roster out several times. You guys are stacked. You guys are
thanks.
stacked, and I mean,
I
we got
mean, the reason why we're like that is just because I was listening to who everyone suggested and seeing what team they were on. If they weren't on a team, just being like, hey, I mean, I would love to add you. I'd love to race with you, and see what season two has in store for everyone. So
yeah, that's exactly it. So I take it what you're the recruiter on your team.
pretty much everyone is. I take their suggestions into account, and then I do the legwork and see if they're on a team or not, and see like what prospects they have. I race with them like 2 or 3 times, and then I formally invite them to the team.
Very nice. I do something similar to that as far as like me catching up and racing with them and all that. Uh, I'm more or less as far as like the recruiting deals. Me and my co-leader does it, but all of our players recommend. Hey yo, I know Jackson. He got free
Mm-hmm.
range to add anybody he wants because he's just that. Well, he's good. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So he's got good judgment as far as good, clean, fast racers and all that. And I only got two people I really do the recruiting other than myself.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty much all the questions that I have. If you would like to add anything or talk about anything, now's the time.
I mean, what's your feeling on season two?
Season two is a very good opportunity to get teams a lot more notoriety because a lot more people like Ivory Tower is going to be watching because they were in talks with them, and we're trying to push for a more competitive, goal for the game, and which is why I decided to do this in the first place because I want ranked in the Crew Motorfest and more
Yeah.
tools to help us make it easier for us to set these things up. So like if there was a ranked mode, it would stop a lot of ramming and it'd just be a lot more clean racing than us racing with new players and we're just basically just trying to reach for the top and you know
So
just
yeah, so
all
this
at once.
actually goes on my next question then. For you, I take it you're a fan of the no collision races.
Oh yeah, man, with
I
the new
absolutely love
routes,
those.
with the new routes that they added, there's a lot of like tight corners, like 90-degree angles that have a lot of people crashing.
Yeah.
So, and that just hinders the really top players and have them in the middle of the pack, and it really hinders their times in grand races.
I think they need to do more of those no collision races.
Oh,
I
they
think
do.
it's a very positive step forward to making the game very competitive for stuff like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. And with the GR schedules that we have and the ability to look at them, I'm pretty sure a lot of teams are gonna go for the no collision races a lot more
Absolutely, I'd agree with that. You'd be
because that's
smart
that's
to.
what I plan to do. Like if I can get two no collision races back to back, which is 40 minutes, and the average grand race is what 8 minutes. We can
Yeah,
do a set of five within that certain period and have no collisions and just have a straight speed and who makes the mistake first, and your times are based off of that.
that'd be honestly that's what we thought about doing as well. The hardest part on I know it's a lot of people's problem too is time zones and all that. That's going to be the hardest
Hmm.
part of this whole thing.
Yeah, that's going to be an
That's
issue for a lot of teams and like people
yeah.
who work in the morning or afternoon. It's that's why I want to race with everyone because some people won't be available. Like your best players won't be available all the time, or they'll be tired, or some along those lines, and you just got to account for all that in the end.
Yeah, and that's what I ended up doing. Like I got yeah, I threw a big roster out there. Uh, I could say most of those players have never done anything competition level or anything like that. And me personally, I asked them to join it. That way, they can watch and see how everything
Yeah.
plays out. My top 10 as far are I got a certain a list here sitting of how I got my races ordered out, and my top 10 I feel are solid, and the
Hmm.
rest will be the ones that's more or less you could say spectating and doing time trials.
Yeah. I started doing time trials myself because, in season one, I was called the slowest leader. So I was like, yeah, I got to get that up. So I started doing like Elite Nation and Legendary X Rivalry and all that stuff. So, and I just want like the slower players or people who are interested in joining the league to watch how this goes and, see if they can stack up and see if they want to join the league next season. Like, because the reason why I'm doing this mainly is for more teams to join and more teams to, just see what the competitive side of the game that they play, what it's like and how it is and how it goes. So,
Yeah, it's nothing like normal grand racing. It's
oh, it's
skill
a
on
lot
skill
more
is what it
competitive.
is. It's definitely a skill on skill, and I mean, I don't see how the hell they considered you one of the slowest leaders.
It was
That's
it
what I
was the
consider
whole
myself.
thing.
I'm trash in time trials. I don't touch them, but in grand races, that's where it's at for me. I've always
Oh,
been
for
one of those
sure.
guys. Yeah, I don't touch time trials at all. I don't like it. I don't got the patience for it. It's frustrating to me.
Yeah.
But I'm a strict grand racer, and I like the competitive aspect by it. Like if I'm running by myself in time trials, there's no competitive nature to me.
Hmm.
There's nobody racing with me, and it's boring.
All right. So, what is your guys' team name and how was your team started?
We are ARC Academy Racing Crew, and it started. I want to say last year, like at the around the end of summer, and it was something that the community wanted to do, and so we set it up that way. Came up with some names, and since then, uh we've been ARC.
And then you guys are a newcomer to season two. So, what made you guys join the league?
I think it's something that the guys wanted to try out just to see where they stand,
Hmm.
We
whatever.
have
Because
we have a lot of good players, and I wanted uh, them to show their skills for league.
And then, as a new team, how do you guys feel about going against other teams that have much more experience in the league setting?
I'm a little nervous, but I told them just go out there, just do your best, and have fun.
Mhm.
And then, what strategies have you guys used in preparation of y'all joining the league?
want to take this one?
Yeah. We're a little unprepared, I'll admit, but we found out about League last second, and so I kind of had to scramble and get a team together. Um, they had extended it for us to join.
Yep.
Um, so I was like, I don't want to waste their time, so let's get a team together. So, I mean, we're still figuring things out, I would say, but I think as we go along, we'll do our best,
I mean, with the new like 14 weeks instead of double elimination, I think you guys will be just fine. Like, y'all will be able to get used to how everything works, and like stream setups and everything. And I think y'all will do pretty good because y'all have fast racers on your team. Like, I've raced almost all of y'all, so I know like y'all are fast, and y'all are gonna blow some teams out of the water. But there are some teams that you know are gonna surprise you in this league, and I can't wait to see like the content that's made from it and everything else. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then, which teams are y'all most excited / scared of facing in the league currently?
For me, it would be RCR, just because we were really close to them, and we've known them for quite a bit, and we race with them all the time. But we've never really raced against them competitively because we're mostly a casual crew, and so this is all new for us.
Mm-hmm. I would say for me, there's a lot of new teams that I don't recognize, like Fujiwara Racing. Haven't really seen them too much, so I would say that I'm excited to race them. The team I'm most, I would say, afraid of racing would be RCR, although they are our buddies. I know they're not going to take it easy on us. So,
good old friendly competition. I mean,
yeah,
I love to see it. When y'all joined, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Because Blitz told me that y'all were joining, so I wasn't too shocked, but I was still like, you're mostly a casual team, so this is going to be interesting in the way that they play, because I know that y'all try not to take the game as seriously as the other teams, so it's like, yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting season. So, and then what is y'all's team's ultimate goal for this season? Is it to prove yourself, or is it just to have fun? What is it?
I would say mostly to have fun. I think this is good for our team, because we have a lot of good racers. I want to also just see, like where we stand amongst the other teams as well. But really, I just told the team, just do your best. That's all I care about. Is just as long as you do your best. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can really hope for, is just doing your best and leaving it all out there on the road, and just trying to do your best and get that podium and not get knocked out. So yeah, do you guys have any questions for me about like how the league is gonna go, and like the bye weeks and all that stuff, and just rule changes, anything of that sort?
Yeah. What is different from last season? Because I've heard people mention like rules changing, so I don't know how last season even went.
So for last season, it was double elimination tournament style. So we had a winners bracket and then a losers bracket. So as soon as you lost, you went to the losers bracket, and then the winner of the winners bracket and the winner of the losers bracket, that would be the finals. And with that, the problem arose of people only having one race, and then, well, two races, and then they would get knocked out, and then they would just have to watch other teams race. So we wanted to change that and give everyone a chance to race everybody. So that was one of the major differences of this season versus last season. And then time attack, it became available for everyone instead of teams just because I don't even think time attack really mattered last season. So they just made it like a community thing for the time attack instead of it counting for points because not every team did time attack, and it would just kind of be unfair points wise for that. So
Right. Um, also, is there anything that you want to see change or anything added to the game to make these type of things like I guess easier to do?
oh, of course they should add a competitive mode, or like have Ivory Tower sponsor tournaments for players and potentially have money put up for it. And I think that would be a really big beneficial to the game. Like if they added a competitive mode, if they added like certain rewards if you got a certain rank, that would be great. That would really boost the player base and that would incentivize being competitive because there are, as the league is proving, that there are a lot of competitive players for this game and for the love of the game. So if we had more incentive to play it a lot more often and at a competitive level as we do, then that would be really amazing to see.
I totally agree. There's a
Mhm.
lot that they can do that they could add to the game to you know make competitive easier to access for people. Just make competitive a thing in general because it's feel like there's really this game is really not made for competitive because I've had a history of playing other Ubisoft games and they've added like things into the games to push the competitive side of their games and they I just haven't seen them do it for this game yet. So I just wonder if they're gonna do that anytime soon.
I don't even know if they will, to be honest, because I'm not sure if they ever. I know they listen to, you know, militia community gaming and all of them, but like the regular player base, I'm not sure that they listen because with the new
Mhm.
changes that's coming out mid season of the season, well mid season of the league, the meta's gonna change, and I think it's gonna shake up the league a lot because tunes have to change, meta's gonna change. I know Hypercar and Street Tier 2 took a big hit to the meta change. So I'm not, and it wasn't necessarily like stuff that people wanted, and some changes just seemed unnecessary. So I don't really know what's going on that front. But
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out because
we'll definitely
just
find out.
you just never know what direction Ubisoft may go in.
Yeah. But anyways, if you guys don't have any more questions, that is the end of the interview. And thank you guys for doing this for me and popping out. So
Oh, no problem.
Mhm.
all right. What is your team name and how was your team started?
I'm the representative for Hello Kitty Racing, or HKR. And the team started as an inside joke. So basically, Vape said he was going to create a team called Hello Kitty Racing because nobody does that. And someone who I believe to be Tesseract decided to join, and others followed him. So that's how it started and grew.
And then what made you guys join the league?
Well, we needed a challenge, and we had a lot of competitive thrive. Because if you have a team and you're not taking part on a competition or a league, there's no point in having the team, and it can stay up for a while.
And then,
We needed a challenge.
as the top team from season one, how do you guys feel about the other team's experience?
I mean, we don't underestimate anyone. We know how our worth and our power as a team. And we're interested because we saw a lot of new teams coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and some teams we knew that weren't in the league previously, and they joined now, so we're interested in them.
Like RCR and ARC.
Mostly
Because
RCR
I
and
think
ARC.
it was, what, 7 new teams joined?
Yep.
And then, yeah. And then, what strategies has HKR used to kind of practice for season two?
So besides just like the regular racing we do, we just decided to communicate more and race together more. Because if the guys aren't hanging out, there isn't a foundation that supports the strong connections between us. So it doesn't matter if you're the fastest or the slowest, like if you're British or German or anything in between, like everyone's hanging out with everyone, and that's a good prospect for the future.
And then, which team are you guys most excited or scared of facing in season two?
So, the team we're most worried about, it's for sure Supernova because of the history we have with them, and because it was last season's finals. So I guess that's the thing that scares us the most, the team that scares us the most. And they gave us some challenge. So and excited. I wouldn't say we are like excited to race this one team. We're just excited to race in general, because with the possibility of having like everyone in the team race if they want to, it opened a lot of doors for a lot of people, because our lineup last season was very strict, and I'm sure we'll agree on this one. But we had the best lineup, even though it was small. We had the best lineup. And now we still I would say we still have the best lineup because the lineup hasn't changed that much. It just has more people in it, and we want to give everyone in that sad lineup a chance of racing, and we're excited about that.
And then, what is HKR's ultimate goal for this season?
The ultimate goal is obvious, being back-to-back league winners. And I talked to the rest of the guys and the administration on HKR, and we agreed that we wouldn't come here to lose. And I could sit here and talk about let's just have fun and let's just race. But being on HKR is about being ambitious, and with the firepower we have in this roster, there's no other real answer than just winning the league.
Real shit, real shit. Well, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the Grand Races.
Sure.